Hey, welcome back, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about a situation to do with the most hated TikTok creator. They're being accused of grooming minors and other terrible things. This creator's name is Fuzz99, or goes by the name Mole on his TikTok. It turns out that they might have not done these things at all, and worse is that they're probably being falsely accused because of who they are. In today's episode of Exploring TikTokers. That's pretty good. If you're unfamiliar, Fuzz99 or Mole has over 416.5 thousand followers on TikTok with 10.1 million likes. They're a 26-year-old transgender male who goes by he, him pronouns, and their content appears to focus on LGBTQ education. One thing that you're going to notice is that this person's content is extremely performance-based and they play somewhat of a character.
Alright, have any of y'all ever felt or thought you looked exactly like an emoji before?
Now you can kind of tell that this person's like acting because they're timing their laughs at certain points, and you can just kind of tell that that's what it is. A lot of coverage on this person's content pointed out how childlike and quote cringe unquote it was, and honestly, it is difficult to watch.
Hi. Why did you turn your comments off? Well.
So as you can see, this person is just their general character. It's hard to watch. It's the type of content, like I said, I wouldn't watch. It's very polarizing. But again, that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Just because a person's content is annoying or just hard to watch doesn't mean that we should do terrible things and say terrible things and make up things and false accuse them of things. This should be a common thing to just know. In fact, their content reminds me of Steven Universe or Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty, even hints of Adventure Time characters. Like, that's the point of the content. It's an exaggerated caricature of that type of personality. I know for a fact that there's people out there that find stuff like this wholesome content even to comfort watch. That's just something because everybody closely identifies with different things, and that's just how it is. And yes, some of them could potentially be children, but it's not mutually exclusive or the creator's fault if a child whose parent didn't want them watching this content came across it. And I'm going to break these points down as we progress through this video, and I'm going to show you some of the illogical criticisms that this creator has been, that have been aimed at this creator, starting with this.
Blah. Because, like, nobody wants to be straight.
This is not bullying or harassment TikTok. This is simply discernment and assumption I've made watching this person's content. The overall behavior, the speech, the mannerisms, the aesthetics of these videos are that of what my 4-year-old son would be watching in terms of Blue's Clues or Blippi. Which begs the question of, why? Why?
Now there's a couple things here. Number one being that this person cut Mole completely out of context with the clip that they used to make it look like they were purposely pushing a negative narrative on being straight. Here's the full context.
It actually really sucks that straight cis couples never have to worry about holding hands or kissing in public. Like, before me and my girlfriend even started dating, I had to have a conversation with her to make sure that she was okay kissing me, hugging me, and holding my hand out in public. Because not every gay person feels safe in public, and because consent is really important. And we kind of talked a little bit again about it last night, but it just sucks because you never know how the people around you, depending on where you are gonna react. And I'm grateful that I pass as a guy most of the time out in public, and at like a quick glance, me and her look like we could pass as a straight couple. It's like blah, because like nobody wants to be straight. But I hate that I have this little worry in the back of my head, and I can't fully let my guard down when I'm out with her in public.
As you can see, this was a pretty wholesome story that Mole was sharing with his viewers about the struggles of being an open couple. The comment was clearly taken out of context, but let's continue.
Why are you trying to reach an audience of that age and that maturity? And in doing so, talking about the things that you are talking about. You are telling young children that nobody wants to be straight? These are conversations that only children should be having with their parents. But for whatever reason, this has been turned into content and education. Simply because, well, we know why. It's coming from a marginalized group. Therefore, anything like this person has to say is dubbed as education and learning purposes. When in reality, we know what it is. I just can't say it.
This person is now insinuating that Mole is purposely targeting children as if to convert them into being LGBTQ, purely because Mole is, and their channel is based upon that. But there is a lot of things wrong with this. Because Mole is a 26-year-old transgender male who openly shares their experiences and very performance-based mannerisms, it makes this man and others like him feel uneasy. But would they feel this way if Mole wasn't an open transgender male? The answer is no, because they feel like these types of creators are teaching their children things that they don't like. But even more curious is that individuals allow their children to watch cartoon shows like South Park, Family Guy, Rick and Morty, which all have situations that they should be angry about. At least if they're going to be angry about the type of content that this creator makes. And some parents do monitor their children from these types of shows. Others don't or have the time. And a lot of parents just give their children devices with access to this content to keep them busy. And you know that's the case, but this guy feels upset that his children might watch Mole or come across Mole. But here's the thing. Children aren't even allowed on TikTok. So if they would have come across it or do come across it, well, it would be his responsibility. TikTok TOS says that TikTok has a 12+ rating in the Apple App Store and is listed as parental guidance recommended in the Google Play Store. If you don't want your teen to download TikTok, these ratings mean you can prevent them from doing so using the parental controls available via these stores' platforms. Going on to say if someone tries to create an account but does not meet their minimum age requirement, we suspend their ability to attempt to create another account using a different date of birth. If we believe someone under the age of 13 or 14 in South Korea and Indonesia is using TikTok, we'll ban their account. If you're the parent, guardian, or other trusted adult of a teen whose account we ban, they may ask you to help them submit an appeal. If your teen decides to appeal their ban, we'll give them some options by confirming their date of birth. So as you can see, there's not a child that watches Blue's Clues or Blippi that's going to come across these types of channels if the parent doesn't want, if the parent's doing their due diligence. Further, as of June 13, 2021, they said, we're changing the default privacy settings for all registered accounts ages 13 to 15 to private. With a private TikTok account, only someone who the user approves as a follower can view their videos. So as you can see, it's completely up to the parent what their child watches. And saying that Mole is grooming children because of who they are or how they act, well, that's just hateful. So the point is, and as you'll see throughout this video, is you cannot have this much flawed logic and go on to accuse someone of being predatory with absolutely no evidence at all. But it gets even worse. As Mole started to gain traction in the algorithm, their content was on everyone's For You page, meaning their content was everywhere. So since Mole had gone viral, users started getting millions of views for talking about Fuzz99. And that entire hashtag became dedicated to hating and falsely accusing them for no other reason than their content was, quote, annoying, unquote. And this is a big problem because it showcases that there are people out there who will hop on a bandwagon to hate and falsely accuse someone for views, while pretending that they're doing it for a just and moral reason. I personally believe that everyone that hopped on this has exposed themselves. Another user who attempted to be just a little bit more respectful said this.
What are some other ways to look more masculine besides taking testosterone or using a binder?
Before I get into the content of the video, I just wanted to point out that this person that we're going to be speaking on today, although you may not interact with them in real life, understand that they are very real behind this screen. They have very real emotions, and the things that you say have an impact on how they feel. I made a video a couple days ago duetting this person, and there were some comments that were just unnecessarily cruel. And I really hope that I don't see similar comments on this video. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about Mole or Fuzzball99. I believe that content of this nature is incredibly inappropriate. I believe that as an adult, they should be afforded every single right to express themselves in any way that they feel. But my issue here is the fact that you're blatantly targeting children.
Again, the clip shown is not within the context of the point that this person's trying to make, but was selected to confirm this person's narrative. This is what I mean. Let's take a look at this clip here he's talking about. It says, somebody's asking, can I tape while bonding, or will that harm me in any way? So here they're asking a very specific question, and it's not about transitioning children, as this dude's point is. Mole is an LGBTQ creator, and his content is focused towards the LGBTQ. Not once does Mole say that his content is for children. It doesn't say that anywhere. But people putting these narratives on it by using out of context clips shows bad faith. As previously shown, children are not allowed on TikTok and is in the hands of the parent. And what this person here is saying in general is not wrong. Children are very vulnerable in general, and everyone can agree with that point. But saying a bunch of correct things to try to make a false narrative more believable, that's not good.
It's obvious that you're targeting a very, very young demographic. A demographic so young that they probably haven't even considered their gender. I think that it's important that we just let children be children for as long as they can possibly be children. And on top of that, I believe that it's immoral to transition children in any way. And you can argue with me in the comment section. I don't care. That is just where I draw the moral line. They don't possibly understand the decisions that they're making here. The same reason why children shouldn't vote, same reason why children shouldn't do a lot of things.
Again, a very correct point. Children are too young to understand. However, where's the evidence that Mole is targeting children? As shown previously, their identity and character is in evidence. They are an LGBTQ creator and they are educating towards the LGBTQ. This is clearly a bad faith narrative built by speaking in agreeable good points.
I wish I had a better way to say it, but it just feels like you and people who put out similar content are manipulating children. It might not be intentional, but that's what you're doing, and it's not okay.
Again, by this logic, you'll have to be mad at shows like Big Mouth, South Park, and more. It's very obvious that Mole is being targeted because it's trendy.
Hi. Why did you turn your comment?
Hi. You're 26 years old. You're 26. Why are you doing this? Like, why do you want an audience of queer children so bad? Why do you want children to pay attention to you? Marginalized, disenfranchised, probably a good chunk of them neurodivergent children. Why do you want disenfranchised children to pay attention to you? Because again, you're 26.
Now this is pretty crazy for me to see somebody, again, there is no evidence about any grooming or anything like that. They're just basically saying these things and insinuating very hardcore that this person is trying to collect children to hurt them. Simply because they feel like their content is appealable to children. You gotta stop being angry that people identify as transgender, gay, any other member of LGBTQ, because it's making y'all look real bad. This TikToker and many like them are spreading false narratives that are easily proven to be false. Just look in the comments of this Reddit page here. One user saying, I saw a comment that said that their best friend is still in high school. I checked their Instagram myself and it is true. They've been friends for a while. I thought they were siblings. Someone said they were cousins, but it's still weird. I was pretty good friends with my cousin 10 plus years older than me. It's not that weird. They aren't cousins though. I'm 99% sure they are. And these rumors just kept spreading. It got to a point where people started looking for anything to condemn Mole. One user saying, until I get screenshots or messages or proof that Fuzz99 is a groomer, I ain't believing it. They honestly just seem like a hyper neurodivergent adult. Another user saying they aren't. Folks just wanted to justify their hatred of him simply because he irritates them. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone produced, quote, produced evidence, unquote. So it was a couple of different screenshots where if you zoom in on them, none of it made any sense. And it says, is anyone familiar with this person, Fuzz99? I've been speaking with the family of 2 minors who are currently pursuing full legal actions against Mole Fuzz for grooming their children into thinking they were trans. She also has a long track record of only dating women with very small children and was allegedly blacklisted for being a substitute teacher in her home state of Massachusetts for doubling down on her grooming behavior. Please help me boost this out. Family wants to gather more evidence of behavior to help other victims in a massive lawsuit. This person belongs on a list and behind bars. And if this was a massive lawsuit, of course, this would be, you'd be able to learn more about this. I searched everywhere on the internet and took a good look at this situation and found absolutely no evidence to suggest that this is true in any capacity at all. Not only that, but I've been doing this for about a half a decade. And I can tell you right now that if this stuff was going on at this scale, then people would come forward and talk about this. One Twitter user made a good point. Like, I'm sorry, but being cringy and embarrassingly corny isn't an immoral, inexcusable act. Just laugh and scroll. This is 2016 YouTube all over again, where people would mercilessly bully LGBTQ teens for millions of people to dogpile them and started a whole anti-SJW pipeline. After the way people hate on him, I have to stand. IDGAF if he's cringe. I effing hate undeserved bullying, like a lot of y'all are the true MFers that need to get bullied. There are literally racists and groomers with platforms on TikTok that deserve this level of hate. Also, he's being used as a scapegoat by straight people as a bad influence on kids because he's apparently, quote, grooming them, quote, just by talking about LGBTQ subjects in a goofy, childish manner. I literally have no words. The word grooming is losing all meaning. Also, the self-hating pick-me LGBTQs that are trying to distance themselves and join in on the bullying and accusations, straight people aren't going to stop hating you for who you are. Stand up. If they think he's a groomer for this, then there's no way they support you or your LGBTQ kids. Eventually, Mo had to turn off their comments saying this.
Hi. Why did you turn your comments off? Well... glad you asked. So first, I would like to say that no! It is not because I got too much hate and couldn't handle it. I promise, I am okay. But I do appreciate all of the people that sent me kind words and lovely DMs because it means more to me than y'all will ever know. And I truly love y'all, like, so much, like, for real. But I turned comments off because there's a bigger plan already in motion, baby, that only I know about. So stay tuned, baby.
They said, don't get me wrong, the hate hasn't slowed down at all and is still quite a lot for me on most days. However, I promise I am going to fix this for us and bring back our safe space. So please stay strong for a little while, my amazing fuzzballs. That's what they call their community. The harassment that Mo was receiving got so intense that it went from online to IRL. Fuzz99 got harassed in real life, so much that he had to call the cops. Faced homophobia, transphobia, and ableism for weeks, and quit TikTok for their safety. And this was the response. Thank God, hopefully they're away for good. Let's go, boys. When the devil said no, God said yeah. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. We did it. The police officer told him to touch grass, basically. A 30-year-old acting like a 14-year-old, that's why. Laughing face emoji. So this is pretty bad stuff. They addressed it in a TikTok video saying this. TikTok used to be a safe place where I could be vulnerable about my life and connect with people who understand me. It was a place where I helped so many people learn things about our community and help them grow as people, as well as helping myself grow and learn new things about me. I hope to be back one day because this is my dream. But for now, thank you to all my amazing fuzzballs who have loved and supported me. I love y'all more than life itself. I hope y'all can understand not wanting to put my family at risk as well as my own. Thank you for everything. Heart.
I really hate to come on here to make this video, and I really don't want to because I know that a lot of you out there still really enjoy and like my videos, and they make your day and they make you smile, and that's all I've ever wanted in life. Unfortunately, this morning I had a really bad incident with a hater and had to get the police involved. A lot of people in my life know my current situation right now, and I wish I could talk about it more, but I don't want to and can't really get into it. But I currently am being advised by the police to take a step back from TikTok. I have to take a break for a little while until a lot of this hate calms down. It might be a week, it might be a month, it might be a year, it might be forever. I truly don't know how long of a break that I'm going to take or have to take. Before I go though, I did want to talk about two major assumptions that the haters are making about me and just clarify things because I just want to clarify because I was going to make a video this week to talk about it, but obviously I have to leave now. So, real quick. One, I've never once said that my content is for kids or that my intent has been to make content for kids. Most people don't know this, but you have to be at least 13 years old to even make or have a TikTok account. And TikTok makes your account private until you're at least the age of 16. If a kid does find my TikToks, that is out of my control. From that point on, it's on the parents' duty to be in charge of monitoring what their kids are watching and doing. I make my content to be family friendly and wholesome because that's who I am, and I want to be inclusive to everyone out there. And I want people to know that this is a safe place where they can ask any question they want and they won't get judged. Secondly, I never said I hate straight people. I literally said, like, who would want to be straight? Blech. And like, I literally do not know how to stress this enough. My content is for the gays, not the straights. And as a gay person who grew up thinking they had to be straight, who never saw 1 ounce of any kind of LGBTQ representation in any media, who hated themselves when they realized they were gay, and wished and prayed that they weren't, and then almost took their fucking life, and then after a long time eventually learned and accepted that it was okay to be gay and that you can love who you want to love. Yeah, I would never want to go back to being straight or ever be straight. And a lot of gay people who I make these videos for and who have gone through the same exact things feel the exact same fucking way. So I'm sorry to all the straight people who I offended, but y'all need to realize that the straights have not been kind to us. And I would not give up loving the person I love for anything in this world.
I think this situation is really sad and uncalled for, and I think it highlights major issues in society. And I just generally wanted to call out those people for literally bullying this person off the internet for no other reason than that it was trendy. That being said, and as interesting as this is, always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So once you could leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes as always, brothers and sisters. I will see you in the next video. Rep Squad is the best squad. Really good to see you. I'm fixing to start work on another video. I wanted to say we met our charity goal. I'm really proud of that. We're over $1,000. I'm going to keep it going till the end of the year. Let's see how much further we can go with it. Thank you for everybody that's done it. If you have donated, let me know in the comment section below. I'm gonna put a special heart by your name. I want to thank my patrons for their continued ongoing support. If you too want to become a patron and get your name at the end of my videos and support what we do here on the Repzilla channel, then the link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. Check it out, see if it's something for you. We're almost at 220,000 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, go ahead and help us get to that goal. I'm really proud of that. And comments turtle emoji for engagement, because that's just the way to show that you're ripping. If you're not ripping, you're getting how you do that. Subscribe, notification turn on, be in the comment section of every single video, because I'm going to be there. Greg the Cat's going to be there in spirit, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well. I forgot what I was saying, but don't forget that this channel loves you. I'm gonna go get a Starbucks coffee. That's right. That's right. You're awesome.